Here with Nick Gallucci, the 2024 Trainer of the Year and the trainer of 2024 Horse of the Year, Chantilly. Nick, congratulations. What was going through your mind when you heard Chantilly's name announced as Horse of the Year?
Actually, Mark made a little bit of eye contact and looked over the table. It was a very proud moment. A little bit surprised, I think a lot of people were. I don't think I've ever seen a 2-year-old filly win Horse of the Year, so pretty remarkable, and just very proud to be part of her team.
Which was a bigger surprise, Horse of the Year or Trainer?
Trainer, definitely, yeah. Actually, I was shocked I was nominated, but that's funny. I said afterwards, it seemed like to win that award, your last name had to start with M. So I thought, Dave probably had it in the bag, but very proud we took it home.
So let's rewind the clock here a bit. How did you come to work for George and be his trainer?
Well, I trained numerous horses for him when I was running a public stable, and he'd approached me a few times about coming to take over his farm operation, and one day I finally bit the bullet and left everything behind and started a new life in Newmarket area, and we're not looking back.
Describe the decision to work with George and what that relationship has done with you both personally and professionally.
George is great. He basically just lets me make all the calls for the horses, and we're both under the same understanding that at all times, at all costs, we're always going to put the horses' well-being first. And you can see that even with the way he develops, the horses, young horses, and he's retired numerous horses that a lot of owners and a lot of breeders wouldn't necessarily do. We had a horse that finished third at Flamrow the other day, and he better have my money. He won the Brian Award a few years ago, and he just doesn't seem like he's going to make it back to the level that we'd like him to be. So we're going to either find him a nice home. The girl looks after him, I think. Was looking at taking him to her home farm, but if not, he'll have a place at his retired farm. So,
right on. So obviously, the reason why we're here is Chantilly, a perfect season at 2. Let's get your take on the following questions. What was her toughest win?
Her second start. That was a big trip. She come first over into a dawdling pace at the half, and I don't know the exact numbers, but her back half was like at least 52 and change, and that's pretty unheard of for a horse to have their second lifetime start. You
might have just answered my next question. Which one of her wins wowed you the most?
Every one of them, pretty much. She just had a way of dropping your jaw to the floor. But definitely that second start was kind of a wow and surprise.
Was there a race this year that you felt the most pressure to win with her?
Definitely that she's a great lady. Yeah, we had some horses racing it competitively, but never had one go to the gate as the prohibitive favorite. So a lot of pressure and worked out really well.
Did you have a favorite win of hers aside from those ones we've mentioned?
I think it was a gold event. It was on a big night at Mohawk. There was a lot of high-end stakes races. And the way she just powered away from the field, she went in 50 and she just looked like, she was just having fun out there. It was another amazing performance by her.
You can't get better than 9 for 9, but is there anything you think Chantilly can improve upon or needs to improve in order to be a successful sophomore in 2025?
Well, it's a different league, once you get to the sophomore year, she always seemed like she just was a little bit more talented than the 2-year-olds. A lot of those 2-year-olds can catch up to her, we just got to hope that she can improve a little bit. And she's never really had to be in a horse race, so we're going to see how that plays out. If something can ever come and look her in the eye, so anticipating hopefully she can step forward, and we'll see what happens.
Now, speaking of stepping up, I've heard rumblings with the February 15th payment schedule coming on the horizon that there's some discussion about possibly staking her to the North America Cup to race the boys. Do I have my information wrong, or is that something you guys are considering?
George made that decision. He put it in print on the Harness Racing Update site, so we're going to pay her in. She's also going to be paid into the Fan Hanover, so we'll make that call down the road, but she will be eligible for the North American Cup.
And what are your thoughts on that?
I would prefer to see a race against the girls, but, George the $1 million race or the $400,000 race, probably not going to make a big difference in his life either way. So we're going to leave that call up to him, and we'll see how she comes back and go from there.
If you can give us an update on her now and plans for when we might see her early on in the season.
Likely the first start will be the SBOA. Hopefully have her qualify by the end of April and kind of crush them.
And where is she at now in terms of training?
She's been in the barn about 5 or 6 weeks, and we've trained her a few times, just slow miles. So far so good.
Chantilly is not the only reason why you're here tonight, though, Nick, because you had a tremendous year with other horses in your stable as well. Horses, and that takes good people. Who behind the scenes deserves credit for the success that your team had this year?
Everybody has a big part of it. The backbone of the stable is definitely my partner, Carolyn. Anything that needs to get done, I usually put a lot of the pressure on her shoulders, and she just takes care of business. She handles the staff, she handles a lot of the horses, and I'm very lucky to have her as part of our team. And Chantilly's groom, tip-top job. Candace Niven, she didn't miss a beat with her. Anything they need to get done with Chantilly or any of her horses, she's a pretty remarkable groom. So,
is there a dark horse in your stable that we should look out for in 2025?
I'm hoping Chain Gang has a big year this year. He showed glimpses of ability last year, but it was kind of sporadic. He didn't come back all that good, but halfway through the year, he really turned a corner, and then he ended up having a bit of an issue in the last gold leg, and we had to miss the super final. But so far, I'm really happy with how he's training back.
Well, best of luck with him, Chantilly, and the rest of your stable. Congrats to you and to George on the success you had in 2024, and all the best for 2025 and beyond.
Thank you very much, Jeff.